This really has to end now because it creates so much unhappiness, so much stuckness that we have to change this altogether. It's a stigma around mental wellness, and it needs to go for more health, for more success, and for more happiness, not only, but also for busy mompreneurs like maybe you and I. So hello and welcome. I'm super excited you're here. In case we've met before, my name is Katrine from bloomwithkatrine.com. I'm coming live to you from the beautiful Bavarian forest over here in Germany. And as you're hopping on live or later on the replay, do say hi and let me know where you're tuning in from so I can circle back around and have a little bit of a conversation with you, which I'm looking forward to. So, but today, this is a topic that is so important to me that I really need to, I've got some notes here, so I don't talk here forever, but I'm super passionate about this because there is a huge stigma around mental wellness that is, and let's just play a game here. So say I told you that, hey, like a few months ago, I broke my left wrist, I got a scar to show for it. Most people will show me compassion, might even get curious. Hey, what happened? How have you been? How are you? Are you back to full mobility? That kind of conversation, right? So we get compassion for something that is a physical sort of problem that we can show, like I did, to other people, right? Would you agree? Drop me a 1 if you can. So it's quite different if we're talking about a little bit of a mental wellness struggle. Maybe you're feeling very stressed. Maybe you're on the verge of burning out. And I see it all the time that when we tell that, to friends and family, you don't get as much compassion. Would you relate to that? Would you agree? Let me know if I'm the only one. But what I usually get and what I hear other people tell me, especially, people I work with as a coach, mentor, and therapist as well, is that, yeah, what I get is, hey, just, that's life. You got to get your act together, something along those lines. And if you've ever had that experience, let me know about it. Okay, let's talk about it, because that is how we can change the stigma, by actually telling each other's stories, listening compassionately to what's happening to ourselves, right? So here's the thing, and I'm super curious again about your experience. I really want to know. And you want to stay till the end, because I've got 2 of my favorite hacks that you can use in the here and now to help you with any sort of mental wellness struggle that you might be going through at the moment. Okay, here's the thing, and that is where I see it happening a lot, and what actually triggered me to do this video here today is, as you may be aware, I work 2 days a week at our local psychosomatics clinic as a trauma therapist. I love what I do. I am so in awe of the survivors who come there, who are really dealing with serious mental health struggles. And what I see lately more and more is that many patients are somehow thinking of ways to communicate that they're not not doing well, without saying what's actually wrong with them, because of the stigma around mental wellness. Okay, so we have a few business builders there at the moment. We have many entrepreneurs there. We have people who are in jobs there, and also people who are between jobs. And it's the same for every category. We even have a younger woman there right now. She's not even 20 years old, and her family actually forbade her to actually say to other people in their life what's actually happening and why she's at the hospital. So that adds to the impact of the condition that these people are dealing with. It adds the impact of the stigma, of the fear of what will other people think of me, say about me behind my back, or even to my face, when I actually tell them what's happening. So let me know whether you can relate to that. I hope you can't. But that's the reality for so many people right now, especially since the big shutdown we all experienced a few years ago. This is on the rise. Mental wellness struggles are on the rise like never before. And we need to change this stigma and really let it go right now. Okay. I personally am still dealing with, I guess, the effects, if you wish, of 9 months of workplace bullying in my previous job, where I had worked crazy hours. I had sacrificed so much for over 24 years for their company. And in the end, nothing, is you don't get appreciated, right? You get paid as long as you work there, and when you're gone, you're gone. And that does something, and that has an impact on you, even like for me, months after the fact, right? So I wouldn't consider myself, like in a mental health struggle as such, but what I'm experiencing, and maybe you can relate, let me know which one like speaks to you, is like I feel a level of stress. I felt a level of stress already last year during the workplace bullying phase, but also still now that is different to what I felt, before. So, um, and also something I wanted to also tell you, like before this happened, the workplace bullying, I was also juggling, let's just say it, or let's call it juggling chronic stress because of the crazy hours I was working, because of all the sacrifices I was making. I wasn't, tucking my son in at night most nights because I was working late hours at a company. I was no longer, finding the time to meet up with friends. Now we're still friends, but we kind of like need to get it going again, if you know what I mean, because we haven't seen each other in a while, right? So that it comes at a high personal cost. And here's where the problem is with that. Many people in the workforce still consider it something like a badge of honor if you're constantly stressed, constantly working, like you're on all the time. And that's not healthy. It is so not healthy. And it's so time for that badge of honor to go and just, say goodbye. We're not doing you again. Okay. That's not a badge of honor anymore. So, what I also see as, so I've always for the past 10 years or so, I've also worked on creating my own additional income streams in the digital space. And I love doing that. What I see happen there, especially as a, mentor to people who want to get unstuck in this business, mompreneurs especially, what I see often is that we feel a pressure to present ourselves in a very perfect, ideal way on social media out of, and here we go again, the stigma there as well. It is around what might people think of me if they knew how burnt out, how tired, how stressed out I actually feel, how worried I am, how anxious I wake up, all of those things, right? So it's about reputation, which is important. As a human being, we need community. We need to be able to stay a part of our communities, right? But if we keep on ignoring these mental wellness struggles and issues and problems to some degree, they grow, and so does their impact on our personal life quality, on how we can interact with those we do everything for, right? Our loved ones, with our friends, with our families. So, and the one thing that has me so passionate is the sooner along your mental wellness journey, okay, which has its ups and downs, it's normal. I mean, life throws us all curveballs from time to time, right? And we get to react and choose how we want to respond to that. But we can do that better when we're not stressed out all the time. Okay. And these are actually like, if you wish, like signs that your inner world might need some extra care. Okay. So here they are. I've written them down. Stressed all the time, not stressed out because there's something specific happening right now. And once that's gone, I'm going to be fine again. But I'm constantly feeling stressed out. Okay. Let me know whether that makes sense, that difference for you. If you're feeling a high tension, a high level of tension in your everyday life, if you're easily irritable, and if that was definitely me, as a mom being a little bit too snappy, if that makes sense, right? I think it happens to all of us from time to time. But again, if it's becoming the constant, and maybe not the, every 4 weeks, if you know what I mean, right? Then it's time to actually take better care of yourself. When you're feeling easily overstimulated in crowded places, you can't really go to towns or meetings because there's so many people there, and that gets you overstimulated. If you're feeling very fatigued, at the same time you've got trouble sleeping, like falling asleep and staying asleep and actually waking up refreshed and ready for the day, that's a sign that you need to take better care of yourself. And that's really, really important. Okay. If you're constantly anxious, worried, again, the constantly, the all the time, that is what matters here. Again, for a short period of time, because there's a specific challenge that you're going through and you're working through it and you have a plan and a strategy, that's not going to stress you out. That's going to actually give you energy to actually manage your challenge. Okay. But when it's on a constant level every day, like all year, that is when you really need to change something. Okay. So, last but not least, I'm going to tell you another sign that your inner world is having a bit of a trouble and you need to take better care of yourself is when, when you're in the middle years of your life. So, you know what I mean, right? And you also feel that your midsection is kind of like building up volume. That's also a sign that that you need to take better care of yourself. Now, I'm going to give you 2 steps because this has such negative impacts on your own life quality, on your family, on how you interact with your environment, with your entire world, the ripple effect you have. It's really important to start creating an environment that promotes mental wellness, both inside your head, right? We all have negative self-talk all the time, all the time, all the time. But stop believing everything you tell yourself because it's probably not true. Let me know whether that makes sense. When I first heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's true. All the things I tell myself, they aren't necessarily true. So that is how you can contribute and, can follow me here on my pages because I talk about this a lot. I give you very strategic things that you can do every single day. And stay tuned because I've got a really cool one coming up for you in a bit. Okay. So you want to promote an environment or create an environment that promotes mental wellness for yourself, first within and then without. Okay, but it starts within you. And that's what we're going to talk about more. Because here's the thing, self-care and self-love, there's such huge terms, right? Have you ever felt like, yeah, and how do I actually do that? Like, how might this be working for me? And let me know. I'm super curious to have a chat with you later on. Can't see comments at the moment. The first step might be to just start becoming friendly with yourself. And if that is a challenge as well, you might want to start by fueling yourself well. And when I say yourself, I don't, obviously, I mean your body, right? And what you choose to watch. Thanks, by the way, for watching. Hope this is helpful for you. But it's also about fueling a very specific axis in your brain, okay? And that axis is called the gut, heart, brain axis. And there's all the time, there are signals firing that actually decide whether you're going to the I'm feeling good or I'm feeling not so well today. Okay. And you can actually influence that by fueling your body with everything it needs. So the good signaling has, the upper hand, if you wish, in your body. Okay, so in our family, we use a mental wellness drink to do that. We were super skeptical when we started it, but it's really helped us. Like just a couple of weeks ago, as you may have been aware, my son got himself into a mountain bike accident, which gave him his first week in hospital for all his life. That was a huge challenge. And you, trust me, we were stressed out. We were crazy, worried, sick. But in the grand scheme of things, we were sailing through it in a much calmer, much more serene way than I would have anticipated when I went to the bike park and got my son, who was barely able to, cling to his bike at that moment. Okay. So for me, it's helping us all, our entire family, feeling less stressed, calm, serene, and able to respond to life rather than just react emotionally, if that makes sense. Okay. So if you're curious about this, type happy and below. So I'm going to, below this video, or shoot me a message if you prefer. That's okay as well, of course, because I have a short 3-minute video that explains the serious science behind the bit of a silly name behind that drink better than I could here. Okay. So next up, you need to have in your arsenal, in your toolbox, a few simple exercises. I'm going to give you my favorite one that my patients are really enjoying right now at the moment, to calm your inner world, because in the moment, so you're fueling your, your gut, heart, brain axis well. So, you have what you need to be okay normally, but then something happens and your inner world, like reacts, right? And flares up. And now you want to be able to calm your inner world. And here's a really simple exercise how to do that. Okay. And you can do this anytime, anywhere, whether it's in the middle of the night in your bed, whether you're in a conversation with your children, they might actually join you, and it can actually be quite fun. So first things first, you want to stop. Okay. This is the stop movement. So I'm going to do it this way. You stop what you're doing. That's really important for this actually to be really effective. Okay, so you stop what you're doing, then you turn your hands towards yourself, and now it becomes the really fun part. This is a bit of a brain juggle, but have fun with it. Okay, so you're going to slide one hand into the. It doesn't matter which one is in front or behind us or on the back. Okay, like this until your thumbs touch. Now you're going to place both your hands on your chest. And here comes, if you have breathing exercises that help you, you can combine these with this, what's called butterfly hug movement. That's what it is. So I'm going to show you my most effective breathing exercise, but there are so many and all of them are awesome. So let me know which one is your favorite. I'd be curious. So I'm going to place this, as I said, on our chest, okay, wherever you're comfortable. And now, you're going to breathe in fast 2 times, and then you're going to breathe out slowly. I'm going to model it for you. I can't see you. You can see me, but you can join me right now. Okay, so 3 times like this, and then you can change hands. Okay, so the other hand is in front if you wish, and repeat this. Test it and drop down below how that makes you feel. I'd be super curious, because to me, what it does is it just really calms down my entire inner world. Okay, so I can again think logically, if you wish, and find a solution rather than just react emotionally to what's happening. So hope this was helpful. Again, please, your mental well-being and everybody's mental well-being is a huge, important pillar to our health, to our success in life. And when I say success, I don't just mean the numbers in your bank account. I mean how happy and satisfied and filled with purpose you feel on the inside. That is, to me, what success truly is. So together we can shatter this stupid stigma. It needs to end today. So all of us, when we need a bit of support, when we need a bit of help, we actually dare to say, hey, do you have an idea, right? And again, if this mental wellness drink speaks to you, let me know, drop happy or send me a message so I know that I can send you the info over. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. Hope this was helpful, and your mental health matters because you matter. You deserve your dreams, you're worth them, and you've got this. All the best from Katrine. Bye.